Welcome to Grumpily Ever After, our uncensored podcast where swoon-worthy meets eye-rolling as I, an avid reader and adventure romance author, chat with my grumpy husband who has inspired all of my book boyfriends written to date. Join us as we chat about books he'll never read, words he thinks are stupid, and all his grumbles in between. If nothing else, we hope to make you smile and brighten your day. At least a little. So, settle in and let's see where today's chapter takes us. Give me a second. I'm trying to get my ears fixed here. Okay, well, welcome to this episode of Grumpily Ever After. I'm Lindsey, your co-host.
I'm Dennis, the main host.
Okay. I see how this one's gonna go. Just wanted to check in. Last episode, our first episode, we were kind of in a funk because we had recorded multiple episodes and nothing felt natural and it just felt blah. So anyways, hopefully this episode will make up for it. But yeah, it's been quite a journey getting just this far. And this is just supposed to be a fun hobby, folks. So anyways,
Fun.
Yes, I like how I say that. Very fun. I was thinking, first of all, one of the things we want to start doing is when we're checking in. I haven't seen you all day. You walked in, you went to your computer, and we haven't even checked in. So I thought we would start with, how was your day, dear?
The day was busy.
Yeah, you got home late, so I can imagine.
Yeah, I had to stay late to a couple things for people that are incompetent. So, not planned, but here I am.
Here we are. We're going to have a fantastic time, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Super.
I actually had a fun day. Kind of, I don't know, I've been playing around with our intro and figuring out how to do a bunch of stuff because all these issues that we've had, all these recordings that we already have, nothing's really worked out. So I redid a bunch of stuff today and it was really fun and I'm excited. So yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be in the beginning, and we also have an outro. I'll have to let you listen to it sometime.
Oh my god.
I know. What can I say? You know me, I can't just do something half-assed. So we're going balls to the walls here. So
Is there lasers involved?
in the intro and outro, no, not actual lasers, but I should have done some really cool. Well, I can't do cool sound effects, but they would be really hilarious, probably sound effects. So
Pew pew pew.
yeah. That's my laser, that's my lightning, that's my gunshot. So I feel like that's the only sound that I make. But
This borderline this your whistle for the cats to come in.
yeah, that's actually pretty true. I can't whistle well. Well, I don't know, why can you make all of these noises? This is because most boys play with G.I. Joes or something, and I didn't. I don't get it, how I cannot. Boys are so good at making so many different sounds, and in general, I mean, I feel like if I was talking to my sister, or if I was talking to Ryan, or if I was talking to somebody, we would be sitting there and we would be like, let's make a noise, and they're all going to sound ridiculous, and we're going to start laughing because we can't make I can't make machine gun noises. I can't make all the stuff that you guys make all the time.
Yeah, you guys would get together and essentially just make like cat fart noises.
Is that what it would be? What the hell? Well, I'm sorry, we can't all talk like a transformer or Megatron. So
Well, I didn't have G.I. Joes growing up, so
so that, yeah, you just are innately
magnificent.
You're a magnificent creature, Dennis.
Oh, wow, thank you. Blow the smoke. It's just part of growing up. I mean, it's probably more with siblings when you have another younger brother, or through hanging out with guy friends. You just play around with stupid things.
You can do really cool whistling and stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to most people. And we're not going to demonstrate it, but
I guess.
Okay. Anyways, so so I was doing the intros and outros and going over our last episode, and that was fun. And then I was laughing because, of course, I also got to listen to a very small snippet of the narrator who's doing my Nox voice for the Skies of Fire audiobook that's coming out. And as you know, I get very swoony because he has that southern Matthew McConaughey sound for Nox. And so I'm listening to that and it sounds fucking amazing. And then I'm listening to my voice. I'm like, oh, this is so lackluster.
Does he sound like, hello, everybody? Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are in the South.
That's exactly what he sounds like. How did you know?
Nailed it.
People are going to want that audiobook.
Oh, you said Matthew McConaughey, and
that's not what he sounds like.
There it is.
That is not at all what he sounds like.
Oh, well, that's what I hear. So that's weird.
Interesting. You do have a hearing problem, so I mean, you tend to not hear most things clearly.
Hey, Billy Joe, let's go down to the saloon.
Oh my God.
No,
there's no Billy Joe in my story either. So anyways, I thought one of the things I was doing too, I was moving around some books today, and I got an idea for something we can do while we're recording. Did you see your little gift?
Gift? That's what you're calling this?
Yes.
Yes, I see the kitchen towel.
Well, there's a note on it. I'm just making sure you saw it.
Yes.
Okay, so I told him, what does it say? Don't remove towel until the podcast?
Don't uncover until I tell you on podcast.
Oh, okay. Seems very specific. Okay, so you don't read, again, we've talked about this on episodes that people will never hear, but we have talked about how you don't read.
Right.
You don't read, but you also don't read any of my books, except for you mentioned you listened to one of the ending series books on audio, correct? Am I remembering this conversation correctly?
Correct. I do not read for pleasure. I have listened to your first book of the ending series and half of the second, or maybe a quarter of the second, and then I don't know what happened.
Okay. So today we are going to make it 3 books that I have written with what is underneath that towel, and I'm going to ask you to read it out loud.
That's awesome.
I know you're probably hyperventilating right now. Why don't you take it off? Take the towel off. Take it off, boy.
You want my Matthew McConaughey voice while I take it off?
Yes, please.
Oh, well, here we go. I got a book titled Birds.
Okay, so
who illustrated this masterpiece? The one and only Miss Pogue.
I did. I stumbled upon the first book that I wrote when I was, I think it's in 1992, 1993. I was in, I think maybe 3rd grade. I'm sure it says in the back. It was all my misspellings. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
It says 1992/1993.
Oh, okay. What?
You're 9 when you wrote it.
Okay. All right. And yes, I did the masterful illustrations. You're welcome. Did you notice on the front cover, there's a squirrel coming out of essentially nowhere? I mean, I'm assuming that's supposed to be a squirrel.
Yeah, it's a squirrel chilling on a stick.
It's coming out of nowhere.
And there's 2 birds on a long branch. One seems to be on some kind of nest, and the other one is right next to it. They look like speedboats. They're so long and straight.
Anyways, I will take photos and post them with our show notes so people can see. But anyways, I figured, hey, why don't you read this one and then you can say you've read another one of my books.
Wow. Do you include this in your total written books when you tell people I've written?
No.
Well, you're gonna have to start. This makes it 31, correct?
Something like that. Oh my goodness. All right. We need the full. You don't have to tell us what the illustrations are, but I would like your bard voice, please.
These well, the
Or
first.
I'm sorry, or you can do Matthew McConaughey. It's up to you.
All right, am I starting?
Sure. I
Okay.
interrupted you. You were gonna say something. You said these something.
Yeah, the first page. There's two birds, and they're better than what's on the cover. The drawing on them,
Oh well, thanks. I guess.
and then it goes downhill. Okay,
Oh, burst my bubble, man.
so this book is called Birds by Lindsey Pogue. There are many kinds of birds. Some are blue, some are black. I like birds. They are neat. They make their nests out of twigs. They have babies. They are cute. The babies grow up to be a beautiful bird. They fly so nice and graceful. The birds make their nests for the babies. After the babies are full grown, the mother and father make a new nest somewhere else. Then new babies are born, and everything starts all over again. So that is the life of the birds. The family of birds live happily ever after. That's where you think it would end, but no, there's more.
Oh,
And in their home, warm and comfortable, in the nest that they made out of twigs.
that's full circle, Dennis.
They all love each other. The mother and father asleep. It's a picture of two cardinal birds. There lay awake the babies under mother. The baby's finally asleep, and poor mother has to feed them. After the family's asleep, father stands watch. As the days go by, the family is growing. The father and mother leave their young in the tree to get some food. The mother and father leave the nest forever
Your eyes are dun dun dun.
in the woods. The end.
In the Woods is its own page. In the Woods.
Yeah.
Nice. God. I don't really know how to end the Nat Geo Children's Edition.
In the woods.
Oh, that was a good one.
You want me to read the back?
Oh, I don't know. Do I?
It's little snippets about you. Maybe not.
Sure. You can leave the names out if there's names in there. Because I think there's family or something.
No. There's dedication. I'll leave that out. My favorite animal is a horse. I have a horse named Jack. My favorite food is tacos. That has not changed. My favorite fruit is pears. I love my family. My favorite name is Kelly. I have a stepmom, a stepsister, stepbrother, real sister. I have 7 members of my family. I'm 9 years old. Your birth date, birth year. Eyes are green and brown. I like to read books.
Mm.
And a dedication to family members.
You can say it. You can say it in the beginning. I know I spelled horse wrong.
You spelled a lot of things wrong.
Oh yeah, favorite too, huh? I've never been a good speller, so I mean that hasn't changed even at 41 years old. So it is what it is. Words are hard, man. I did a favorite. I spelled wrong. Horse. I spelled wrong.
Favorite's wrong. There's some stuff.
I don't think that's the right pair either.
No, it's the wrong pair.
Yeah, that's the pair of pants. I like
Sock.
pairs.
Like pairs of things. I could see, I think, where your handwriting changes. So I don't know if someone came and erased stuff and wrote it correctly.
Probably. Do I have a grade? I wonder. That has to have been a school project or something.
It says C-.
They don't give kids C- when you're in elementary school, or they didn't.
Terrible.
You got a satisfactory, an S, or a G for good,
Or a gold star.
or a gold star.
No, the illustrations are pretty good.
Hey, thanks.
The coloring. This bird has no neck. It's crazy.
All right. Well, I'll let you decide what I should take photos of and post so people can see.
Nice. I read one of your books.
Good job. So that's essentially, you said 1.5. Wait, yeah, you said 1.5. So I guess that's technically 2.5 now.
Correct.
All right. All right. All right. Wait, is that a Matthew McConaughey reference that I just made?
Yep. And it sounds more like, all right, alrighty.
I don't think that's a thing.
Oh, he doesn't sound. Oh, man. Gotta get my ears checked.
You know what you should do? You should go watch Magic Mike. He's really good in that.
Pass.
What's your favorite actor in there? Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Still hard pass? Are you sure?
Yeah, hard pass. The guy can't act. I'd rather watch Brokeback Mountain. And that's still a pass.
That's fair though. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know what else you want to do with this episode. That was all I had planned.
Oh, I was supposed to draw that out. Dang.
No, you're fine. But don't
I had,
really...
a question. I was kind of thinking about this on the way home, and I don't know if you have the answer to this or not, but a lot of the movies and shows are derived from books or just stories in general. But like how there's, I guess, I don't even know what the genre is for disgusting, can't turn away from the wreck you're watching, but Hallmark movies or Christmas type movies. Is there a genre book wise that's something similar where it's like, man, this is so bad, but it's, I don't know, relieving some kind of itch that I don't know.
I mean, that's a fair question. I think, first of all, just to go back just a little bit, there are Hallmark movies that are based off of books. But I think in general, Hallmark movies, there are small town romances that have a similar feel, and they're very popular. There are also sweet romances that is also very Hallmarky in that there isn't sex and steamy stuff really. Or sometimes, there's sexual tension, but it's like close the door sort of deal. Like you're not, there's nothing explicit,
They
but if
just
we're
allude to it.
yeah, so but even Hallmark, like, as you know, that is very, very, I mean, you're lucky if you get a kiss right at the very end. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a genre, but I also think that whatever your perspective is and your POV for writing your story, there's always going to be character development. There's always going to be dialogue. There's always going to be a backstory and character flaws and things that go into each character. It can be really hard to adapt to a film. And I think that's why there's a lot of people who are obsessed with books, and then the movie comes out and they're like, this is garbage, because most films have an hour and a half to get every single part of a book into a movie, right? So there's a lot of compressing and taking out things that would actually help build the story out or whatever. There's also the whole point of just the way Hallmarks are written. It's so cheesy that most stories that I've read anyway, aren't really like that. I think that is a special Hallmark brand. And I think if anything, people are starting to write, because Hallmark movies are so popular, people are starting to want to write the Hallmarky stories. But I wouldn't say that there's a genre specifically of books that are, or at least not that I've found or heard of, that are specifically like Hallmark genre. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can do sweet, clean romance, small town romance, spice, no spice, whatever. But as far as that really cheesy, really clean, very like surface level story is more of just a Hallmark thing. So
Gotcha.
yeah. And I've lost you about 10 minutes ago. But yeah, so anyways, no
No, I
genre
mean,
that I know of.
I've experienced it a little bit because the one book I've read to completion was Ender's Game, and when the movie came out, I was like, man, kind of weak.
Yeah.
So
So do you think, I mean, again, I know you don't read. If you had to read a book, if you had to read one, what's his name? Scott Card, Orson Scott Card. I know you have, this connection with his story from when you were a child, but as an adult, do you think if you had to pick a book to read, the genre you would pick would still be sci-fi, or do you think it would be horror? Because I know you love horror films. Do you think it would be something else entirely? I'm just curious what do you think you would gravitate towards?
I think both of those. I've never read a horror, but I think, well, I used to read Goosebumps, so that was fun.
Yeah.
I used to read the ones that you could choose your own path. I don't know if you ever saw
Oh
those.
yeah, I had those. Choose
Yeah,
your own journey or whatever. Yeah, I totally
and
did.
and I can't remember. There was another series, and I don't know if it was part of Goosebumps or what, but it had to do with individuals that would morph into animals. So like I remember the covers where it would be like a person or a kid or something, and they would like slowly transition into like a frog or something. Do you remember seeing those?
I actually think I do.
So I used to read those in Goosebumps, but Goosebumps,
Is that Animorphs, or is that a book, or is that a show?
I
I
can't
I
remember.
can't remember either.
But I guess that's like the closest I got to horror books. But yeah, I think either sci-fi or horror. I would probably gravitate towards maybe action or something thriller-ish, but I haven't.
Yeah. For you, it's attention, right? Because you just lose your attention, no matter what it is. You kind of just zone out, right? I mean, the only reason why you finished the books you did is because you did audiobooks and you did it during your commute.
Yeah, I fall asleep. Either I lose attention or I fall asleep. It puts me asleep.
Well, I think the other thing too is because people might be thinking, well, why doesn't he just listen to more audiobooks? I think for you, and that would probably be smart if you wanted to get into reading, but I think for you too, you are a huge music person. I mean, you listen to music all the time. I think that kind of feeds your soul. So I think that that's more where you find entertainment, I guess, maybe too. It's a very different experience, right? Somebody just talking in your ear, or actually like, doing your finger drums to Metallica or whatever.
Yeah, I prefer music because it's something I can lose myself into and not necessarily have to concentrate. I concentrate on what I'm doing as opposed to what I'm listening to. I mean, I've tried some audiobooks, I've tried podcasts,
Oh, that's
radio
true.
stuff, and I'll do it for a little bit and then I just lose it. So it's just easier for me to click onto some music and keep chugging along.
Which is funny because now you are doing a podcast.
Yep. Strong arm.
Yay! Yay! You're so excited. Everybody can feel it oozing out of you.
Yeah, it's coming out of my pores.
Well, thank you for humoring me and reading my book from when I was 9 years old.
Birds.
Coming to a library near you.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well, I think that's good for today. Before we sign off, shall we say something that we are grateful for today?
This is going to be an ongoing.
I think it should. Well, we do
Oh,
it. We try
boy.
and do it for ourselves anyway. Might as well do it on the podcast. Makes other people think, what are they grateful for today?
I am grateful for Lindsey because it is her birthday tomorrow.
I did not pay him to say that.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Today, what's on top of my mind? I am grateful for
Better not say Channing Tatum.
no. Damn. Yeah. I mean, who isn't? No. I am really grateful for my readers. I get these little, I mean, obviously for their support, but I was just thinking about the fun stuff I got in the mail this week for my birthday. And I'm just really, really grateful that they care enough to send me Christmas cards and make art for me and candles and send little dino things to me. And I don't know, it just makes me feel really special and like I'm doing something right, you know? So that's me.
I agree. This whole week I was like, package? Package?
Yeah, well,
Package?
I
I'm
kept
like,
saying,
what
"Did you
the?
order something from Amazon?" You're like, "No." And you're like, "Well, don't open it. Does it have your name on it?" Yes.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool. Good job, fans.
yeah. So, all right, everybody. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll chat with you next time.
Mahalo.